Hey everyone. So these are the carrots. So it's been 23 days and we're going to taste them. And I believe we're going to end the fermentation process on these. We're going to start another one. So let's grab us a carrot. So a little less ginger taste, a little more garlic taste this time, but you can still taste them both. Not a huge difference in the last week. So we're going to call it, I'm going to end it there. We're going to put a normal cap on this, and then it will go in the refrigerator. So the fermentation will continue. In the refrigerator, it's not going to ferment much. It should stay good for a long time. And I was going to put a regular cap on it. That's going to go in the refrigerator. So I'm going to wash those up. And I got to wash the other two I have. So I will be doing, I'll hold it out there for you, fermented gardeniera. Except this calls for carrots and celery and onions. I'm actually just doing cauliflower. But I'll follow the same process. I'll do the garlic and the cauliflower and peppercorns and bay leaves. All right, so I am going to prep the cauliflower, and we're also going to be doing another one with asparagus. So I'm going to prep everything. I'm going to show you what it looks like, get it in the jars, and then start it off. So I'll be right back after we've prepped and cleaned everything. Okay, got everything prepped. I got my scale out. I'm going to make the brine now. So again, it's a 3.5% salt brine. So I'm going to turn this on. Make sure it's on grams, which it is. All right, we're going to tare that out. Now I'm going to fill this with water and see how many grams it is. I'm using filtered water. You shouldn't use chlorinated city water when you're doing a brine for fermentation. The chlorine, I guess, does not do the fermentation any good. So if you don't have a filter, use bottled or distilled water. All right, so I put that in there, and that is 824 grams. All right, so I'm lazy. I don't feel like getting the calculator out. Alexa, what is 824 grams times 3.5%?
824 grams times 3.5% is 28.84 grams.
28.84, so 29 grams. So I have my kosher salt here. So we're just going to round it to 29. Oh. I think my teaspoons are all in there in the dishwasher. All right, so 29 grams. So we're going to tare this out. There. And we're going to add 29 grams into here. 22. 25. 27. 28. Yeah, we'll throw it in there. 29 grams. Again, that's kosher salt, no iodized salt. You don't want to use table salt in there. So we're going to stir this up. We want to wait for it to completely dissolve, and the water should become clear again. All right, we're going to wait for that to clear up. And I didn't prep my garlic yet, so we'll be back once I prep the garlic. Okay, so technically I'm only doing half the recipe because I only have one jar, and this calls for one head of cauliflower. I cut up a half of the head, and I think the half will fit in there nicely. So it calls for 4 cloves of garlic, so I have 2. It calls for 2 bay leaves, which I'll put 2. I'll put one of the big ones and one of the small ones. So let's put them in the bottom. And it says 1 teaspoon of black peppercorn, so I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of peppercorns in the bottom. Now it says, basically now it says just put the cauliflower in there. So I cut it up. Everybody's bite-sized chunks are different, but you know, there's some this big, some a couple a little bit smaller than that. So we're gonna actually fill it up. All right, so since they're raw, they can take a little bit of pushing and not get too bad. It says I'm actually I'll hold it up so you can see. So they're right about here, down below the top. So it gives enough room for the weight and the water. So my brine is now clear. So we're actually gonna go ahead and pour the brine in. Try to work out bubbles. And I'm sure just like last time, I probably put too much water in there. And once I put the weight in it, it'll probably all just overflow. So we're gonna repack those in there. It looks pretty good. So we'll do the weight. Push that down. Actually, that's not too bad. I mean, I could push it down. Okay. So this says 3 to 4 weeks fermentation on this one. So I'm going to put this. Actually, I'm going to wipe off the whole edge. With just some water, because this is salt water, and touching the ridge of the band, since it's metal, I think could cause it to rust. I'm just going to wipe it down with regular water. And we're going to put that guy on. Okay, I will label that and then put that in the cabinet for 3 to 4 weeks. I'll date it and put what's in there. All right, once I get ready, I'll bring you back when I'm ready to do the asparagus. Okay, so there was no recipe for this one. I didn't bother looking online. So what I'm going to do for this one is, garlic is always good. So we're going to put a couple cloves of garlic. And I have this kosher dill pickle mix that I bought. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of that in there, because you can put whatever seasonings you want. Actually, that's a half a tablespoon, and we're going to put a whole tablespoon in. 1 whole tablespoon of pickle seasoning. Boy, this stuff, it smells just like dill pickles. All right, so now we're just going to fill it with the asparagus with the tip sides down. Perfect. So just so you know, this is I know we had to buy these because we don't grow them. This is we had 2 of these 8-ounce bags. And both of those bags fit into this 1 quart jar. And as far as the cauliflower, this is the half of the head that I have left. So it was twice this size. Half of this fit in 1 jar. I can only make 1 of each jar because that's all the lids that I have, the burp lids. So I'm going to have to eat some cauliflower. So I'm probably going to need more brine. Yep. I don't need a whole lot, but I need a little bit more brine. So I'm going to make a little bit more brine, and then we'll be back to finish that one off. All right, the water looks clear. We're going to just finish topping it off. Doesn't take much. We'll see how our weight sits in there. It looks pretty good. That should hold everything under. So now I'm going to clean the rim. Okay, now I'm going to label that, put the date on it. They say normal fermentations are normally a week, like a lot of the vegetables. For some reason, the cauliflower over there, it says it's 3 to 4 weeks. So, again, you can leave these in the cupboard. You can check them, taste them after a week. If they taste good and what you're expecting, you can take them out, put a regular lid on them, put them in the refrigerator. That basically kind of stops the fermentation, or it makes it go very, very slowly. Or you can leave them and taste them in another week and see what you think at that point. But as you can see, I marked the cauliflower, and I'm going to mark this the same way, and they will go up in the cabinet for that one a week. That one will be 3 to 4 weeks. All right. All right, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please click that like button. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment. Till next time, ferment something or grow something. See ya.